The United States is referred to as a military power, #1 in the world, and in every war they've ever been through. United States Air Force, it's always a terror to everyone over there. Battle line. It's the country that launched the first stealth plane in the world. In the world, F-117 Nighthawk. The most expensive fighter is the F-35, grip-in-hand set BA aircraft, the most powerful strategic bombing in history. B-1 Lancer, B-2 Spirit, B-52 Stratofortress. With that potential, America seems to be able to go to war anywhere, at any time. But, of course, the Air Force has never succeeded in overcoming defensive systems to enter the Soviet division. Or 1,000 days. Why is it so? In the Cold War, the US and NATO have had to develop to infiltrate the air defense network of the Warsaw Pact countries. The US military has invested in the development of several to overcome modern defense systems, to carry out nuclear attacks, tactics and strategies aimed at the territory of the Soviet Union. Meanwhile, they also invest a lot in continuity, modernization of the room system, Prime, their air defense network. In the early 80s, has implemented a range of systems that there's rarely a rival in the whole world, including the first variants of the air defense system, S-300, and the long-range S-200 system. Less mobile though, but can engage enemy aircraft up to 300 kilometers away. These systems are supported by a series of shorter-range air defense systems, as the TM anti-cruise missile platform and the North M1 medium-range defense system. But all of this never made the United States stop dreaming of one day touching Soviet territory. The military genius of the Pentagon. They've made a lot of plans how to be gentle. Secret out into the air fate rights. You don't know the devil. This move is really hate, but Moscow is not the dreamer. They've developed air defense weapons. It's very to intercept any danger from the sky, so much so that they call the land of Ares the king of air defense. So, what are they? Of the strategies that the United States uses to enter the region, Earth covers 1/6 of the planet. That's what a large fleet of supersonic bombers does, optimized for operations at very low altitudes, namely Type B. Ebb, Lanza, low-flying aircraft. It will make it difficult for the enemy to track and neutralize it with a long-range air defense system. And even with the Soviet Union's early interceptors, bullets when they lack low-level combat capability. This is very different from the strategy of the early years. As the US seeks to deploy B-70 bombers, much more expensive than B-1B. B-70 was then likened to an athlete, when possessing ultra-fast speed up to Mach, and they can launch nuclear attacks from a very high altitude. But this method of attack is limited. The Soviet Union developed a defense system specialized in destroying target at high altitude, and no other animal than the one who ruined America's plan. It's the S-200 air defense system, as I mentioned above. Apart from being easy aerial targets within 300 kilometers, the the 200 also has a target detection range of up to 600 kilometers and the ability to find target in space at altitudes above 45,000 meters. Both of these capabilities didn't just stop the bomber. It's also ideal for ballistic missile defense. This system can also shoot down fighter jets, even even at a longer range. S-200 of the Syrian Air Defense Forces shot down a U.S. Navy A-4 jet, F-16 of the Israeli Air Force. Not only that, the Soviet Union strengthened its air defense network and deployed shoulder-to-shoulder missiles for light air, which is optimized to destroy low-flying aircraft. This reduces the viability of the strategy. It's built around low-flying bombers, like BAB Lancer. Another possibility. It's based on planes. The attack helicopter equipped with advanced electronic warfare countermeasures to neutralize the anti-aircraft batteries and related Soviet radars from low altitudes. Although this has serious limitations because of the vulnerability of the helicopter into the territory of the end across the river. But this scenario is not going to happen. There's no helicopter capable of coming in and flying to that bust land. So using stealth aircraft would be an option. That I think it will be wiser when the United States is in possession in hand FA-7 Nighthawk, the world's first stealth aircraft. It first flew on June 18th, a 981-year-old. The power of the Soviet radar network and the use of multiple systems, including some systems that use very high frequencies. It's also called VHF frequency. Simply put, this frequency, it can detect invisible targets, especially when the wavelength is twice the target size. Prada VHF, passing by 5 years G6, Russian production is a testament to this. Operating at VHF frequencies, the radar can pick up targets with reflective cross-sections, low radars such as cruise missiles and stealth aircraft, with high precision. It means stealth technology will no longer cover the plane 100%. If their Kearside rivals use radar operating at this frequency range, and America stops here. After all, these plans were thwarted by the Soviet Union. Or not? Of course not. Arguably Washington's most blunt strategy too. Neutralize the Soviet air defense system. Use the old two-year B-jets, armed with tactical nuclear weapons, to destroy enemy air defense systems by large-scale and disproportionate attacks. Aircraft B-year wing to take time in the 50s are right 50. There's no supersonic power, no invisibility. It's highly rated for its long range, but can't fly particularly high or particularly low, which means that its only real defense capability. The system's electronic warfare, even in the face of our air defense systems. Army of North Vietnam. It's very old compared to the air defense systems in the Soviet Union, and has a relatively low density. B of Year 2 suffered a significant 7 in combat. To deal with the Soviet air defense system, Shoot was supported by a short-range strike missile launcher, AGM-SRM. This missile was put into service in the year 1972, at a time when B-Year 2 is increasingly considered obsolete. More than 1,500 were built in 4 years. Each one costs more than $500,000. Make it one of the most expensive missiles of that time, as a rank of 150 to 200 kilometers. It depends on the trajectory, and the top speed is 4,300 kilometers per hour. The SRM knocked out every air defense system. At that time, after leaving the plane, the missile automatically flies with the ability to hit within a circle with a radius of 430 meters. That means anything that lacks a nuclear warhead. It's hard to hit a non-combat target. The U.S. Air Force considers this an acceptable error. By nuclear warhead W-69 of ease, it's up to 210 kilotons. That's 14 times the atomic bomb dropped on Hiroshima. Year 1945. I thought I saw The hair, try to imagine, with a row of 10 B-2S. And each one drops a nuclear warhead base. The fire was directed at air defense sites. How terrible will the bucket be? It could be a rain, or even a firestorm. Could blow up a modern civilization. But fortunately, that didn't happen, because the Mandarin's skin is thick and it has sharp nails. Heavy-duty interceptor aircraft. Mike B.A. Fad, Fox Howell's contact. You're the one who set the red line and become a top threat for American Dodge planes. Was put into service in the year 1981. The fashionable Mike Ba is the first fourth-generation fighter. Joined the Soviet Air Force and considered the best about the air-to-air capabilities of the current day. Mike BA has a very long range. It's the first airplane in the world capable of sustained flight at super speed, with a maximum speed of 3,000 kilometers per hour and flying 20,600 meters. How capable it is. The whole of North and Central Asia. Ikis. It's designed not just to intercept all kinds of things. Enemy aircraft, from scout bombers to fighters. Early warning jets in the air. That the super product, the bucket, has also been adjusted for non-combat roles, like the ability to intercept cruise missiles at low altitudes. After the dissolution of the Soviet Union in 1900, the two dots. Russian air defense forces will gradually fade from there when this country has to bow in front of many spears. After the greatest geopolitical disaster of the 20th century, at that time the force, Russian armed forces. It's just a smaller version of the Soviet armed forces. In the face of powerful opponents, you could say, the armed force is only suitable for military operations. From the years 1 Ripe 4-5 Port 4, it no longer meets the requirements of the time, the modern age, and modern war. But very quickly, Moscow quickly regained its balance. And there's been tremendous progress in air defense. They continue to pose challenges for the American bombers. B. Deploying long-range, surface-to-air missile systems. But surely their reputation doesn't. Who is unknown? The monsters that military knowledge want to mention here. That's the S-300 missile system, S-400, S-500, and all their variants. S-400 Triumph and S-300V is well optimized to disable planes like BR-2 and BAB. Lancer at extreme range. Both systems have a detection range of about 600 kilometers, and the combat range is 400 kilometers. Not to mention, S-500 Prometheus system was born based on the S-400 successor. It even has a range of over 600 kilometers. And the detection range is even further away. At the same time, we are more specialized in disable high-value targets, like a strategic bomber. S-500. It only takes 10 seconds to react. It only takes about 3 to 4 seconds to shoot different targets. The S-400 takes 910 seconds to do this. But the U.S. military, they're currently working in relatively large numbers. The 5th generation aircraft as F-22 Raptor, AFBA, 5 Lightning II. So the question that comes up is super air defense systems that Russia spent a lot of money to invest in developments like the S-500. Is there a chance of shooting down F-2 South or F-2 SBA-5 or not? Mike Kaufman, a Russian military researcher at the CIA, the corporation said, the core of building air defense systems. In Moscow's strategy, it's anti-stealth weapons with radar. Currently, Russian air defense system complex consists of stations, advanced radar, various types of air defense missiles, as well as the Air Force's interceptors, integrated into a unified system. He automation, forming a multi-tiered umbrella to protect its vast airspace. Hand exhibition Max to Nodia C7. Russia has introduced a UNA radar. This is one of the tactical radar systems to be developed to neutralize U.S. stealth fighters such as F-2 and FB-5. Radar UNA not integrate transceivers in the same antenna assembly that set up the radio and the receiver, located in two different locations. This helps the radar more sensitive to feedback from the target. The manufacturer claims this design increases the reflection radar of the target. That's 3 times more than conventional radar. Disable the ability to scatter waves. Radar of stealthy materials, and also against anti-radar missiles. The limitation of this system is its short range. Can only track the target at a maximum altitude of 7 kilometers and a range of about 12 kilometers. This Shionam-1 cannot play the role of long-range vigilance. It's only suitable for aircraft identification, visibility in vulnerable directions. The best option is to combine radio with the radar sin long way, which has a large range but lower accuracy, to provide parameter targets for air defense systems. Although there are many weaknesses that are difficult to overcome, it's still considered a serious threat with US and NATO stealth aircraft in potential conflicts. If you combine the radars, Juna-A, and modern anti-aircraft missiles, it's going to be a hit with the F-2 South, FBA-5 and B-2 expensive US and Allied, with amazing progress about Russian radar technology in recent years. US and NATO military experts agree the risk of 5th-generation stealth aircraft, F-22, F-5, lost its invisibility and became a flying beer for air defense systems like the S-400 or the Russian S-500. It's completely possible. Like that. It was not by chance that the Soviet Union, and later Russia, it's considered the world's leading air defense country. Because the threat from the most powerful military is the United States, it never ceases to exist. The potential danger from global attacks. The flash of Washington. This is one of the main challenges for Moscow. The United States Global Delinquency Offensive Program has an overall structure similar to a set of nuclear It is first intended to carry out operations, fast attack from land into the sea using cruise missiles and ballistic missiles. 6 locations fired from submarines, supersonic missile launched from the air. The second option is that the floor, 5 corners, are under development outside Washington. They're also making hypothetical plans for dynamic bombing from a satellite device in orbit. Well, according to Russian friends, what kind of weapon most develop to survive an attack from the United States if what we just said above actually happened? Please share your thoughts below to discuss with everyone.